Hey folks, how's it going? It's Mike from Aquatic Creations here. Just going to do a quick video on this Aquariums for You 150. Quite a few people have been asking about it, so I figured to kind of show some of the details that I was talking about to the handful of folks that I've been talking to about this tank. Some things to mention right out the gate is up in this corner here, there is this fracture. That has basically been there for as long as we had serviced the tank, for well over a decade. It's a fairly old tank, so I want to say it's probably about 15 years old, maybe more than that, but I'm fairly certain it's about a 15-year-old aquarium. There's no manufacturer tag anywhere that we could find on here, so I couldn't tell you the exact year it was built. But so again, this fracture here, but I mean, again, just never was an issue here, never had any problems with that, and the tank was up and running. Like I said, we maintained it for many years, and we'd never had any issues with it. So one other thing of note is the scratching on this tank. I don't know if the video is going to pick it up or not. Also, there's some water spots because the tank could use a wipe down, but I'm just trying to catch some of the scratches here, which are basically tough to see. They're a little tough to see when the tank is full of water too, until they actually grow some algae inside, which we would just use like a magic sponge to clear those out, and everything was kind of unnoticeable at that point. But there's definitely scratches here, and it'd be nice for folks to be able to come in and see the tank in person, because as I go through here, I just can't seem to get them to pick up on the video, at least not as far as I can tell here. The phone is just kind of bouncing in and out of focus here, so yeah, I'm not able to pick them up, probably not from the inside either. Do a quick scan. Wow, gosh, I feel like I can just climb right inside this tank. So, but yeah, I think that would have to be in person to really get the scope of the scratches here. But anyways, this tank was a gorgeous tank set up. Absolutely beautiful, and it made a really nice display with the Peninsula. Like this side here where my hand is, this side was like in a window essentially facing into the living room. The aquarium itself was inside of a sunroom, and so you could see it just kind of as I initially walked into the tank. In the video here, from the left, or this side panel opposite of the overflow box, this side they had a wrap, like custom cabinet wrap around this metal frame stand here. And again, the tank was up against a wall, and there was a window that came about midway so that you could view the tank from the other side through that window. It was a really neat setup. So you can also see here on top Euro bracing, along with a pretty significant center brace. Everything else here in really good shape, nice and solid. The overflow box has two drains, or I'm sorry, well, I guess you could use it as two drains, but it has two holes for 1-inch bulkheads. We had it set up with one drain, one return, and the return went through this cutout here in the middle. So that's how that was set up inside this overflow box. Wood cushion on the bottom with the Aquariums for You printed on there. Additional wood cushioning bolted into the stand itself with these bolts here going across through the bottom. And then this metal frame, this is rock solid as well. There is some rust on the opposite side. The way that it's sitting here, it's hard to show it. I think I've got this sitting opposite of where the cutout was, but the other side, the front of that beam or that bar right there has some rust on it. That must have been on like where the front of the tank was, if like during servicing salt water was getting spilled onto it occasionally or something like that. But otherwise, I mean, this is absolutely solid. I moved this thing in here myself. I have the pictures to prove it. So it is rock solid, I can tell you that for sure, and it's fairly heavy too, so not as heavy as the tank, but it is heavy. So yeah, so that is about all I can think of to mention with this tank. 150 gallon tank, Aquariums for You, originally a custom build, which I mean back then that's all they did was custom builds, but yeah, what else can I say about this tank? It's, I just had a thought and I lost it. Oh, the dimensions. So yeah, so this is a 5 by 2 by 2, so 60 inches long by 24 inches front to back and 24 inches tall on the height. Again, the overflow box has 2 holes for 1-inch bulkhead fittings, schedule 40, and I do believe that's it for specs on this one. As far as the weight goes, I couldn't tell you. It was heavy. Again, I moved it in myself. It was heavy. That's how much it weighs. A lot. So that's all I can think of. That's all I can think of for that. So if you have any questions, comments, or any interest in this, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to get some more information for you. If you have any specific questions, and I'll get those answered. And that's all I got. Have a great day.